Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I want to go over some trades in the account. Alternative dividend income, I call this. This is the wheel strategy. So let me go over the recent trades in the account from the past week. So let's go over here. For some reason, this doesn't want to open for me. Here we go. I can actually just scroll down over here. So the latest trades. So I actually went ahead and got called out of NVIDIA. As you all know, NVIDIA has run up in the past week. So I've been in and out of NVIDIA twice this year. The closing price was actually, let me see here. This doesn't actually make sense, but I had a call option that, a covered call that I had bought on this one, and it expired in the money, which means that my NVIDIA shares got called away from me. As far as, there's a couple trades I had to roll that moved against me. This Riot trade, I had to roll it for a loss. So NVIDIA, I paid this for it, ended up selling for this. And Chipotle, I actually got two puts at $58, bought it back because the stock was hovering around $58 a share. So I went ahead and bought it back just to be safe. On NVIDIA, now I took in a full $211.33 on one put at 132 because the way the stock moved, I was able to lock in this whole gain here. Chipotle, this was November 22nd, 3 contracts at $55, 3 put options. I collected $244, bought it back for $70.98. So this was a net gain of $173.02. I also did a $59 put option, 3 of them, on Chipotle. Collected $169 and bought it back just to be on the safe side because the stock was fluctuating. So I actually just did this today. Bought it back for $70.98 and locked in $98 of premium. NVIDIA, I had, so I could re-enter into the stock for 147 actually, because I have a $147 put on NVIDIA right now. So I got one for 225, went ahead and bought it back for 91.66 just to kind of be on the safe side because I actually had 2 options. I had a 145 and a 147, so I didn't want to have those both exercised on me because I don't quite have the money in the account for that. As far as the Roth IRA, so I actually got called out of Palantir last week as well because I did. So it actually exercised higher than it was a $45 covered call, and so it got exercised on me. So I made a really nice gain on Palantir, an over $2,000 gain, which is awesome. But the stock keeps running, of course, since the election. A lot of stocks have just been running up. Foolishly, I sold Tesla here for whatever reason. Only 1 share sold, but I still have like 5 other shares, and this is already up to like 300 and over 300. Chipotle, November 8th, and I sold this one, or I actually closed it out for just $5 on November 1st. This was a covered call. 79.33 was the net total. And then AT&T, November 15th, $94.04. Of course, Palantir, that's the one that got exercised on me. And then I collected premium too. Riley, I was able to collect the full premium here because this expired out of the money. And then AT&T, I happen to have 600 shares of AT&T. So I sold this one, or actually bought it back. I sold it for 117, bought it back for 63. So I netted a $53 profit. Let's go ahead and review the whole portfolio. We'll look over our dividend income. So I did something interesting. I actually did something I never thought I would do. I bought back into Tesla to make my shares even. So my annual projected dividend income is $56,677 right now, but it's actually closer to $70,000 if you look at it now, because over the next 12 months, since I bought more Tesla, it's $74,640, including the recent purchases of Tesla. So this includes AT&T, MFC, JP Morgan, Dollar General, Intel, Microsoft. These are stocks that pay smaller dividends, and I don't have as many shares of these. So that's this portion. This $78,000 generates just 1,000 in dividends. If we look this year, it's like 1,271. Yeah, 632 estimated for 2024. So I definitely want to keep those. So Tesla is going to pay me 53,000 just on one ETF over the next year, which is a phenomenal return, and it's starting to recover, which is really nice. That's why I bought more, because when a fund has really plummeted over a year or so, and then it starts to recover, you can really accelerate your recoupment of your investment faster by buying more shares. So then I've got SQY, MSTY, CLIP, QQQY, and then WDTE, FEPI, ULTI, QDTE, YMAG, XDTE, XQYLD, BETO. So these all pay me dividends to the tune of like almost 74,000 a year. So this is all, really phenomenal stuff. But the wheel strategy, again, to explain that. So when you buy puts, and let me just go into the account here and see if I can find an example. When you're buying, when you want to enter into a stock for a certain price, and you buy puts on said stock, and say they get exercised, you're either going to keep the money, or it's going to get exercised, and you get into the stock for that strike price. That's what's happened to me with Chipotle, with Nvidia. That's how my shares got called away from me. See, I have one on High Tie still over here. I had a dumb one that I did on SMCI, and then I had to roll one on Riot. Nvidia, right now as it is, I would be in the money, or I'm out of the money on this covered call, so I wouldn't have to worry about. I'm sorry, the put option. I'm out of the money on that, so I wouldn't have to worry about that one getting exercised. But my plan for Nvidia at the moment is to just kind of play the movement upward. If it does plummet, I'll buy back in. This strategy can move against you, when a stock fluctuates really fast in value. So like with Nvidia, if it were to drop to say like 138 and I have an option at like 147, it's going to buy $9 higher. But again, you're buying or you're selling a put, and then if the stock gets to that price, it's going to get exercised. You get into the stock, and then you have 100 shares, and then you can sell covered calls against it. And then if you get called out, start over with puts, as they say, rinse, repeat. So that's how the wheel strategy works. And I'm making some nice premium with it, which is like a second dividend income. So anyway, for all 9 of you that are watching, that's going to pretty much do it for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. No comments, but hope you all enjoyed this one. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you all in the next one. We'll cover Roundhill dividends next. Take care. Good night. Bye.